Hello everyone, Tess Thomas here from Clay County Historical and Arts Council. I have a wonderful treat for you today on our Artist Spotlight. Today we're in the home of Miss Helen Gibson. Helen, thank you so much for having us today, and we really appreciate you taking the time to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, thank you for asking me.
Sure. Why don't we just start at the beginning? Let us know a little bit about yourself, where you were born, and when, and if you weren't from this area, how you got here.
Yeah. Well, I all my life I lived just across the Georgia line, a mile or two from here.
Right.
My mother carved, and my grandma, we called her Granny. She sanded for us, and my mother had TB, so she had to go into a hospital, and she was in the hospital for 5 years, and I was in the 5th grade when she got out.
Let's back up a second. What's your grandmother's name?
Maud Payne.
Maud Payne.
Mm-hmm.
And your mother's name?
Dorothy McClure.
Dorothy McClure.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were 5 years old and your mother was in the hospital?
I was, actually, I was just going into the 1st grade when she went into the hospital. I was in the 5th when she got out.
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah.
And so did your grandmother raise you?
She took care of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got to go 1 or 2 times. She was down in Rome, Georgia, in Batty State Hospital, and she had, some surgery. She had TB and, a little bit of surgery. She had some ribs taken out. And,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and then she carved, and she helped me get started carving, and like I say, Granny sanded for us, and I had a neighbor, Fanny Ivester.
So how old were you when you started carving?
I was about 10 or 11 when I first started carving. Yeah. And back then, we just carved for the folk school. They would give us, we'd go in and get napkin rings. That's what I first started carving. Rooster and hen napkin rings.
Nice.
And then, well, my mother, she did not live too long after that. She was 36 when she passed away.
Oh my gosh.
So, but anyway, I started carving, and then whenever Maggie Masters was the director at the folk school, a lot of the Hall men, Jack Hall and his daddy and uncles and all, they carved the nativity figures, and Maggie Masters give us any of us carvers said we could take classes free and try to learn to carve the nativity figures, because Jack was the only one carving at that time. He couldn't keep up with all the orders.
Oh.
So Martha Coffey, she was one of the older carvers, and so we took classes with Jack, and Jack taught classes through the Tri-County Community College, and we took classes. And at that time, it just cost $2 and something to take a class through the college.
Right.
And that
Let me ask you something. Is that in the time when Helen Hogshead was out there?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
I interviewed two of her grandsons, Sam and Keith Hogshead.
I remember Helen them had the store up there at Warren, and then later, well, I don't know how long.
He's still got the store. Sam does.
Does he?
Yeah,
but they had, they run that store up there at Warren for a while.
Yeah, that's where they're at now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's interesting that you knew that you knew Helen.
I knew Helen. And,
that's amazing.
Yeah. And then when I started teaching the classes, I was trying to think. It wasn't Helen's relative that cooked. It was Alice Tipton that helped cook the meals at the folk school. And so I just got started, and when Maggie Masters offered us that, I started going. Martha Coffey started going. I started going to Jack's carving classes.
So Jack taught you guys how to carve the nativity scenes. That's awesome.
And so Jack, it was a few years later, he started having some heart problems. And so one day, I was helping him just kind of as an assistant. And he got to feeling so bad. He said, "You're going to have to finish teaching the class. I'm going home."
Oh,
so that's
no.
how I got started teaching the class. And he lived, maybe a good bit longer. And so Martha never did teach, but she done she done some of the nativity figures, but she done the camels, laying down and standing camels. And so I've just continued on, but that's how I got started the teaching. And
do you remember what year that was?
No, I don't.
Was it before you were married and had a family?
No, I had kids. My kids were my kids were kind of little. I don't remember how young.
How many children do you have?
3. Well, I've got 2 now. One boy, he was in Texas, and he was in a gun accident.
Oh,
killed.
no, I'm so sorry.
And so anyway, but it's been 20-some years since that happened.
So you have 2 living children.
They live
close?
just 2 or 3 miles from here.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Paul builds houses, and Doug works away a lot on with these nuclear plants. And
Wow.
he's, worked to the point he can do a lot of the work from home sometime.
Oh, that's great.
Especially during COVID and stuff like
Sure,
that.
yeah. So that's nice because a lot of people lost their jobs then.
Oh, yeah.
So do you have grandchildren?
I do. I have, Doug has 2. He's the oldest son. Paul has 3. And Scotty had 3. Kendra and Josh and Jesse. Kendra lives in Pennsylvania. She's the oldest of Scotty's. And Josh lives just down the Pine Log Road here.
Oh, lucky you.
And Jesse lives over on the Georgia side. Paul's kids. Robbie lives just back down the road. He lives in North Carolina, and he builds houses. And Tasha, she is Robbie and Ashley's sister. Tasha stays at home. She's got 3 kids.
She got great grandbabies for you?
She
Oh,
has.
yay.
Yes, she's got 2 young ones, like 6 and 7. And Haley, she's 20, I think.
She had quite a weight between them,
Yeah,
didn't
she did.
Yeah.
Yes, and so none of them carved. Now, Paul, one time, he started carving Christmas tree ornaments like the flying dove and stuff like that, but he really don't have time,
Yeah.
And, it's something that you can't really make a living at now, but I used to travel a lot and teach. I'd go down to Alabama and down at St. Simon's Island and down in South Carolina. And I haven't taught in Pennsylvania, but that's where I done my first book, carving the Nativity.
You're an author also?
3 books, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
And then they
What are the names of the books?
carving the Nativity
All right.
and carving the animals of the Nativity and carving Moses.
Amazing. Where can people purchase those?
I don't know if the folk school keeps them or not, but it's Sheffer Publishing, so you can get online and find them. A lot of times you can get online and find used ones, that people
Sure.
getting rid of. But when I done the Moses book, we was all through, and I was going home the next morning, and he checked, and he'd forgot to put the batteries in the camera.
Oh.
And I don't know why, it just happened.
I feel that in my heart. I know that would be just
Yes,
a sinking feeling.
Anyway, I had took an extra, blank, a Moses blank to carve. So he asked me if I could stay long enough to do, the carving on the Moses. He had got everything, but the last that evening was the face. And so he asked me if I could stay long enough the next morning to do the face. And
So was he able to get that on recording?
yes,
Nice.
yeah, he had the batteries in that
Where's
time.
your studio? Where do you do your carving?
Downstairs.
Downstairs?
In the basement.
Maybe
I've
she'll
got
let us see before we leave today.
I will let you see if you just don't tell anybody how it looks.
No, maybe just get a couple pictures of your carvings.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
trying to find somebody that would be willing to do a little bit of carving, just
Oh, yeah,
you know,
sure.
on camera, just so we can
Yeah.
see how it works. You know.
Yeah, downstairs. And, you know, I've got 2 long tables there with old church doors. This
Nice.
guy gave them to me. He got them from a church down in Blue Ridge.
And use that as your
I use it as my
workspace?
table. I got
Nice.
legs put on them. And,
nice.
So I've got plenty of room down there to carve. And
So do you teach at home or just
I
only
was
through the school?
teaching classes here at home. And I still teach at folk school. And I used to teach through Tri-County Community College. But it's been a couple of years ago, I changed my insurance, Farm Bureau, and we was talking, you know, and I was talking about carving and my people that come to carve, and they just paid me I finally got to teaching just on my own, and they just paid me, I think, $5 per trip, you know, that we done 3 hours each time. And he said, no.
So reasonable.
Yeah, he said, you can't do that unless, you know, I took out more insurance.
Oh,
Liability.
to have someone. Yeah, I see.
Liability. And so I quit teaching whole classes
Yeah.
downstairs. I still let Sheila Little, she's a friend of mine, and Ray Backus come. And Isabel King, her husband, Jerry King, he carved walking sticks.
Oh wow.
And talking sticks, and he was well known for his sticks.
I've been dabbling in that for the last few years.
Have you?
Yeah,
Well,
walking and
Isabel's
talking.
doing it now. Jerry passed away, and so she's doing the sticks. And she don't get to come as much as she would like to, but she had called me after Jerry died, and she said, I understand you let, you know, some of your friends come and carve. She said, could I come sometime? She comes when she can. She usually brings her sticks and works on them.
Theoretically, you could go to other people's house with just a little,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
you know, and not have to worry about that insurance, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
there you go.
Well,
And let me say this: if someone wanted to get in touch with you, can we give them your phone number?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
All right. Miss Helen Gibson's phone number here in Brasstown is 828-837-7846. And so if you're interested in learning some carving, be sure to call her.
Yep. We could get together, you know, somewhere else. It's just with the insurance a matter of liability, you know.
Sure.
But, he said they would.
That's a shame.
It is,
Darn
because I really enjoyed. I still, like I say, let Sheila and Isabel and Ray come, and they're just good friends. We just
Sure.
sit and carve. They don't pay me, and I don't charge them, but
Right.
they're real helpful in a lot of ways for me too.
That's nice.
They get online and, you know, look up stuff, and you know, we get pictures of some of the things we're doing that we're not real familiar with.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
yeah, yep.
I understand congratulations are in order that you have been awarded the North Carolina Heritage Award. Can you tell me what led up to that?
Well, Darcy from the folk school submitted my name, and so this Zoe Van Buren one day called me. Isabel was here, and she said I had won the Heritage Award thing, and so she said, you get $10,000 too.
Are you kidding me?
I called Isabel after
Oh,
she
my
went home, and I
gosh.
said, Isabel, did she really say that? And Isabel said, I heard her.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
So, yes.
So after a lifetime of carving, it certainly has get you a little payback on that,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
How many years have you been carving now, do you think?
Well, I've carved since I was 10 or 11 years old, but there for a while when I worked at the shoe factory in Blairsville, Georgia.
Really?
And then I worked down here at Peachtree when they made yarn for carpet. And then I worked at Young Harris in a t-shirt factory for a pretty good, you know, I don't know how many years. And then I decided I started teaching away from home and, you know, traveling. And so I just, you know, quit teaching except for the folk school
Right.
and a little at Tri-County. I don't teach any at Tri-County now, but I teach at the folk school, and down, the folk school bought a building in Murphy, and they call it Olive's Porch. Olive Dane Campbell.
Olive's Porch.
Olive Dane Campbell and her husband, are the ones that got the folk school started.
Oh, okay.
And so they named it after Olive Dane Campbell.
Nice.
So it's really a nice place down there. Up front, they have stuff that they sell of, craftsmen's. They have pottery and all kinds of stuff to sell. But in the back room, we have a big room with a wood floor and everything, and it's all the tables we need. And so each session goes for 4 Wednesdays, 4 weeks in a month. And then they'll schedule again. Sometimes, they have other things too down there. They have...
I've seen their catalog. They
Yes.
have wonderful classes.
Uh-huh.
So when's your next class starting? In April?
I have got, it's not listed. Jeffrey called me and wanted me to teach a face carving class, and that's going to be in April. I taught that last year, and it was good.
I would like to attend that.
And
You don't remember the date off the top of your head?
yeah, I think it's mid-April.
Mid-April?
Uh-huh. I'd have to look at my calendar and know for
Okay.
certain. But anyway, I'm going to teach that. That one's not listed in the regular catalog. They probably put it online.
Okay, I'll
And
check it out.
then I've got another class. Let's see, this is March. I've got another class, a week-long class in August at folk school.
All right, I'll check their website and see if I can get some more information for y'all.
Well, now this is just one day a week from 10 o'clock till 1. And
Right, so you pay for all 4 weeks?
You just pay for the 4 weeks each time.
And so
it's not, I don't think it's too expensive. I don't know exactly, but you can get online and find that out.
But the face carving in mid-April, is that also a 4-week class?
It's a week-long class, a week-long at the folk school.
Week-long. Okay,
Yes.
I'll look into that and I'll set the link to the folk school
Yeah.
in this video so that people can check it out.
Now, I'm wrong on the face carving class.
Oh.
It's a long weekend. It's 4 days.
A long weekend.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And August is the full week.
So the one in mid-April is a long weekend.
Uh-huh.
And then in August, it is 4 weeks.
Yes.
I think it would be wonderful to be able to take that face carving class. I've dabbled in a little bit of the tree man kind of faces,
Yes.
and maybe some beards or whatever, but I can't tend to get the noses right.
Well, most people, most of them want to do a woman's face. And I'll take I can show you the face carving sticks, but everybody wants to do a woman's face. And so, we got step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And I'm working on
It makes it sound so easy.
a couple of sticks to have for models when I go.
Okay.
I started one here a while back, and the farther down I got, the uglier she got.
Oh, no.
So, I can fix it, but
Sure.
it's still one I can use to show them how to get started.
Yeah.
So I'd like to
So
have
in 5 steps, you have a face?
Mhm.
Oh, my gosh, that's amazing to me.
Usually it's a woman's face they want to do. But I
Yeah.
give them a choice if they want to do a different face, but it's easier on me if they do the same thing. And
Sure.
most all of them's agreeable to do that. So
That's
one's-
amazing.
Yeah.
I love this creativity of it.
So they set the limit of people to 8, but the last week-long class I taught, I guess somehow in the office got mixed up and there were 10. And when I have 8 people, I can have an assistant, and Sheila helps me.
Nice.
And so she takes care of all the, I take a lot of blanks, sort out blanks, and she takes care of, telling the people how much they owe for the blanks and stuff like that. So it's good to have an assistant. And I don't know, after I quit traveling, what I'd do if I didn't have my carving. You can just sit around and watch TV so much.
So much, right. Clean the house so much.
Oh,
You
yeah.
gotta go find
Yes.
something to do. Yeah, I
Yep.
understand completely. When will you receive the Heritage Award?
In June,
This June.
this June.
And I understand you gotta travel to go there?
We have to go to Raleigh.
To Raleigh? Nice.
Yes. Ray said she would drive me because I had a stroke 4 or 5 years ago,
Oh.
and all it done was
I would have never known.
Well, it blacked out the left side of each eye,
No kidding.
and so. But I wouldn't drive in Raleigh, as old as I am now, anyway.
I don't like driving in big cities either.
But Ray said she would drive me, and Bethany, when I had my class, the last class at the folk school, Bethany, she's the director, she said she's going to be able to go. And I said,
what a fun trip.
Yeah. I said, it would be good, if you could take the folk school van, and we wouldn't have to. My sister and her daughter wants to go, and
Right.
I think Zoe said I could have, I forget. Well, anyway, Jean and Kathy are going, Ray, and my cousin from Ohio, she wants to go, Ruth, and Brenda, my daughter-in-law, she's going. And,
You're going to have so much fun.
So anyway, Bethany said she would see about, taking the van, and we, wouldn't have to take so many vehicles. Anyway, Darcy said, I guess if we don't get to take the van, I had asked Darcy if one or two or three could ride with her, and she said, oh yeah, she's got a small car, I don't know.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, even if I've got a truck, but 4 can sit comfortably in it. Anybody in the middle of the back seat would be a little uncomfortable that far.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I can't wait to see it. I wish I was there so I could get some photos of it.
well,
Is there any other stories you want to talk to? Did we cover all your grandkids and great grands so that you didn't leave anyone out?
well, I don't think. I've just got a bunch.
Yeah.
I've got let's see, Kendra, Josh, and Jesse, Heather and Tyler, and Robbie, Tasha, and Ashley. So I've got 8 grandkids.
Wow.
And Tasha's got 3. Josh has got, he's been married a couple of times. He's got about 5 or 6. And
family.
Robbie and Caitlin don't have any children. Caitlin, she works with post office, and like I say, Robbie he builds houses. Caitlin, she hikes and runs, and a year or 2 or 3 ago, they started at Vogel State Park, and she run. It went in to after dark. There was different people at points. They could give her
Check in?
water. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I believe she went all the way to Jasper, Georgia.
Oh my gosh.
I think Elijah or Jasper. I think it was 59 or 60 miles.
Oh my gosh.
And she does that a lot. Caitlin and her mother, Jane, go out west a lot of time, probably at least once a year. And they will hike. Now, Jane said she couldn't go quite as far as, and fast as Caitlin. Jane's her mother.
Yeah.
And sometimes Jane and we go over in the Nantahala Gorge, and about halfway down, you turn right, and there's a parking lot there, and we walk. There's a paved trail all the way back up by the water. And the last time we walked, it was 4 miles.
Wow.
Normally I can't last that long.
No kidding.
But we did. And then Caitlin last year gave me a $100 gift card to go to Topeka Lodge, and she gave her mama a gift card. So we went over there and eat. And one time we used to go to Joyce Kilmer Forest to walk, and when it comes some many heavy rains one time, a lot of the trails was closed because there was so much rain, it just washed the trails away.
Wow.
But I love to go over there and walk. It's just, you're out in the woods. And
what's not to love? Yeah.
Oh, I know. But anyway, we've got another gift card to go to Topeka Lodge.
Nice.
So we go back over there, and so anyway.
So you're so blessed to have family close to
yeah.
you. Yeah.
I am, yes.
A couple of questions about carving. So, what's the biggest carving you've done?
I took a class one time with John Burke. I don't know where he's gone now, but I think his wife's still living. I don't know if she carves or not. But he come here and taught a class, and Sacagawea I wanted to do. I can show it to you when we go downstairs.
Sure.
I didn't get it all finished. That's the hardest week I've ever worked. We had to
Right.
have big gouges,
Yeah.
And John used to, he was bad to say bad words and just whatever he thought. And somebody told him, said, now when you go to the folk school, you're going to have to tone down.
Yeah, you're going to watch your language.
And he was good, but he was really a good carver. But he taught big stuff, and I got to looking at that later, and I thought that face is too long, and I've started reworking it.
Good.
And, but it's down there. I've not got it finished yet. But it's one thing that I wouldn't sell or give away.
No, yeah, that's a memory you'll keep forever.
Mm-hmm.
What about the opposite end of it? What's the smallest things you've carved?
Well, what they call least ones, and I can show you some of Nolan Beavers's.
Okay.
Nolan was one of the old-time carvers, and he carved just little bitty things. And what he would do, they're really hard to hold and carve.
Sure.
But when we saw them out on the bandsaw, on the bottom part of it, you can leave a little stem
to hold on to, okay.
And then you just cut that off when you get through.
I see. Thinking all the time.
Nolan carved rabbits and little squirrels, and there's the cutest little billy goat.
Cute.
I wouldn't try to carve a little one like that, but Ray and I have talked about trying to carve a bigger billy goat.
Yeah.
But
how big are the nativity scene figures that you do?
Well, the Mary and Joseph and some of the wise men and shepherds are kneeling, so they're probably 5 inches tall. I've got, I have got the first nativity I ever made with Jack Hall.
Oh.
And some of the pieces are not in it. So I can show you that if you want to see.
I would absolutely love it, yeah. Mm-hmm. I know that we were trying to get Miss Helen to have an exhibit in the 2026 season at the Old Jail Museum. So hopefully we can figure that out between now and next year. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to seeing that.
Okay. Well, I had told, I think, Reba, that I had, I had the first one. Now there's some of the pieces, and the baby is not in it. I don't know what happened to that one. But I've got one of Hope Brown's babies, so I just put that with it. And I give that to my grandson. I never had, every year I carve all of them a Christmas tree ornament, an angel, snowman, something. And they've all got enough ornaments to decorate a tree over the years. So I had asked Robbie if he wanted this nativity. It's made out of holly wood. Now we make them out of basswood. And so anyway, he said yes, he would love to have them.
Of course.
But I asked him for them back to Reba. She wanted to maybe display them in the jail.
Yeah, it would just be for from May to October, and we obviously will take real good care of them and give them back, because we would sure love to have some of them.
Okay.
Was there anything else you wanted to speak about today? Anyone else you'd like to recognize?
Well, Carolyn Anderson, she used to come
with Carolyn. I love her.
Yeah, she used to come up here. Well, she come when we had the classes here.
Yeah.
And she used to come, we just carved together, but she has started, her and David do a lot of stuff together, and they make a garden, and she does all this canning and stuff like that. So Sheila and Ray are about the only ones that come, and Ray tries to come at least once a week. When I had this last week carving class, Ray stayed with me, and of a night, if anybody wanted any more blanks sawed out, I'd saw them on the bandsaw. Ray would mark them out for me, and she's a lot of help, when we do that. And then Sheila, when she helps me in class, she does the same thing. Ray don't use the bandsaw, and Sheila don't either, but they're always helping me do other stuff and looking up online what I need.
It sounds like you're blessed to have a couple of great friends.
Like I say, after I got through traveling and teaching classes, I don't know what I'd do if I didn't have my carving.
Sure.
I'm well blessed.
Yes, you are. And the thing about creating is it keeps your mind, your mentality sharp.
It does.
Yeah. Creating really does kind of
and
wake
I
up
stay,
something.
I stay downstairs and carve a lot longer if I've got somebody to carve with.
Sure. So everything's better with a friend.
It is. But
all right, I want to talk about the books again real quick. It's Carving the Nativity Scene, Carving the Animals of the Nativity Scene, and Carving Moses. And those are available at Schiffer Publishing. I sure appreciate you letting us come in today and sharing a little bit about your lives. And I just want to remind y'all, we are still in the middle of our photography contest. The last day to put your entry in for that is April 21st, Monday at 4 p.m. And you just take your print to Prints Plus. In lieu of an entry fee, you just pay for them to mat and frame your photo, and it's around $15. Everyone that submits a photo for the photography contest will have their print displayed in the front room of the Old Jail Museum, just off the square of Hayesville, and it will stay from May through October. We are offering a $100 prize for first place, a $75 prize for second, and $50 for third. It's open to all ages, and we encourage you to go look around your county. It's called People, Places, and Things, Uniquely Clay County. And so that's all we ask. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is, as long as it's unique to our county. So please join in the fun on that, and maybe even win a little bit of cash. The prizes will be awarded at our 50th birthday grand opening celebration this year, which will be on May 24th. I'm not quite sure of the time yet. We're ironing out the details on what all's going to be available, but I will let you know that we are going to have 4 new exhibits this year. The Peavine Railroad, the making of the Chautauqua Dam. There will be history of Hayesville, and I think the Clay County, the education in Clay County, and the history of the education in Clay County. So we're looking forward to all 4 of those new exhibits. If you'd like to email me to schedule your own interview, whether it's Artist Spotlight or you know something about our Old Jail Museum, please don't hesitate. It's Tess Thomas at CCHAC Hayesville at Outlook.com. Please visit our website at clayhistoryartsnc.org, and you can find us on YouTube, Facebook, X, and Instagram. Thank you so much for joining us today, and Miss Helen, thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm not done yet. I'm going to go downstairs and see the carvings, so stay tuned for that.
And this is Martha Coffey. She's one of the old-time carvers, the rooster and the hen. And this is Hal McClure. Hal's mother was Sue McClure. And I found that for $2 or $3 in a thrift shop.
You're kidding.
Yeah. This one is a little bird. This guy, when I was teaching through Tri-County, he used to go to Many Forks Church where my brother went, and he sent that to me. And the other little bird over there is Hoyt Brown. His mother was Hope.
Oh,
and Hoyt
look
still
how cute.
carves. Yeah. And that's the Moses, the first Moses I ever done.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And this is a, yep. I sat in on Bud Smith. He's the Indian carver from Cherokee, and I done that goose over there. Bud done this, but we was teaching together one time. So one morning I come in, and there was a walnut piece like that up there.
This tall one?
Sitting on my table. He give it. He carved it that week, sanded
This
and give
big
it to
one?
me. It was a walnut one. And the
Oh.
last time he was down here, he carved that one, and he got down on the leg part so thin it broke.
Oh,
So I told him, I said, Bud, I will take the broke one and give you the walnut one back that you give me so you can sell it.
oh.
And so we traded, yeah. And the little Indian woman there out of Cedar, I'd done that with Bud one time.
She's pretty.
And then the little goose or water swan, whatever you want to call it, he sawed me out the smaller one, and I carved that. And the little dog, I carved that a long time ago. So that's how I come about. Annie Mae Walker, she's one of the older carvers. She carved this. And I'm not sure who carved this one. Carmen Fleming. Now, I didn't know her, but I knew of her. She's been gone a long time. And then Ray, has got a lot of these online. And I have a neighbor out here that does a lot of work for me. He made these shelves, put up my mantle, and he turned this, and you can open it, but it's hard to open. I'm afraid I'll break. But he turned that. He he has built and made cabinets, and well, he does any kind of work, and he's retired or trying to. I told him, I said, I guess you wish you didn't live so close to me. He said
that's a nice gift.
He said that's what neighbors are for.
Right.
So anyway, that
amazing.
Richard Carter, him and Carolyn, they get together at the community room in the folk school, and anybody that wants to come, they carve on Thursday evenings. And
look how cute
it is. Now this little duck, they call it a fluttering duck. One time they was going through all the cabinets years ago, and my mother carved that, and they give it to me.
Oh, you're kidding. This little flutter?
Yeah, the little duck.
Oh.
Yep. So anyway, my granddaughter Ashley, she's got a little boy named Bennett, and he bought a bunch of these, and he said, "Did I give you Jesus yet?" And so I said, "No."
I love it.
So he was handing out Jesuses.
He's ready for a hug. Oh, nice. Yeah. I love it.
But this is the first St. Francis. It's made out of cherry wood, and I made it with Jack Hall. And
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Love it. Turn it for me. Fantastic detail.
And
you even got it.
Yeah, that's the rope, and here's he said to me, I reckon I found an easy place to carve, and he said, "You're going to go all the way through if you don't stop." But normally we don't carve quite that deep in the back.
I see.
But we back then carved out of hardwoods all the time.
Yeah.
But my hands wouldn't do it now. One time I went up to West Jefferson, and this is a cutting board. And
nice.
Then this one, I think Tom Wolfe carved a face on this one for me.
Wow.
Tom was he carved caricature carving. So I saved them.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
Oh, I have plenty of workspace. I really do. This is
yes.
Okay. This is Janet Cordell come here one time and carved, and she we took a piece of wood, started on a corner, and she showed how to start and make lips.
Just a step by step.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And this is one, I guess, in one of the classes. I started. This is how we start out. Just with a piece of wood like this, and start with that, and this and this, and.
So wait, what is it? Oh,
this is. I don't know why I turned that upside down, but this is the one I told you I'd started. And the farther down I went, the uglier it got. But here's one I have started, and to have a model for the class, and start out like this, and then the second step will start out here, and then go on down. Anyway, this is we start out with pieces of wood like this. This one I sawed out. It's a little too narrow, so I'm not going to fool with it. Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be able to get the detail in there?
No. You could get the face, but I like to have a little bit of wood on the sides.
That's cute lamb.
Yeah, that's a little mama laying down lamb. And this is a Santa Claus I done years ago, and I put a staff in his hand. Janet Cordell, she can draw and do anything she wants to, and we done little.
Wow.
You can actually take this and use this and make the body,
I see.
And this was the first mama sheep I ever done. I had it, in the book. This was the first camel.
Is that just sanded to make it that soft?
Yeah, sanded but it's this is basswood or buckeye, and as it gets older, it yellows. The wood yellows.
I see.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have any stain or poly or anything on it?
It has. It has. I use Deft, D-E-F-T. It's a lacquer base finish, and so this is some that's just started. Here's Joseph, and he's ready for the face and hands.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And so the little mice, they sit right here. I'll show you. Some of the kids years ago, now somebody give me these two. And they painted one red and one
How
white.
cute.
But I love to make the little mice. This one.
Do they sit right on the edge?
They do, yeah.
Little sneaker.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute.
And, okay, where's Sacagawea? Here she is. Okay. She's very dusty.
Oh, my gosh.
But, you know, I've started. Her neck's a little long now, but I think it'd be okay. And, you know, this is a baby.
Aww.
And I don't know why John didn't tell me, but if she had that wrap around that low, that baby would flop out. But I'm going to keep it, so
right.
I'm not going to change it. And
oh my gosh, amazing.
I
Look
enjoyed
at the
making her, and I need to finish it sometime. It's one that, you know.
Yes, you do.
I probably need to work on the hands a little bit. But anyway.
Impressive.
Yes.
I love it.
I've got to order I had a Jesus figure hanging on the cross, and Carl, one of the men that takes my class a lot, this one started. And I've got a couple of orders, and so I was working on this the other day when Ray was here. And so I have a lot, you know.
Amazing.
You know, if I do on my own.
Can we walk around and talk about your tools a little bit?
Mm-hmm. Sure. This well, I like these in a tray with that rubber stuff so they don't hit against each other.
Okay.
And, you know, they're just every which way. But when I taught a class down in Warner, that's an eye punch. That's a homemade one that we do eyes, you know.
Okay. I can get it to focus in there.
Anyway, that's some of my tools. And most of my tools, I taught a class Wednesday down at Ollie's porch. And this is what I make a thumb guard out of. It's vet wrap. I was in South Carolina one time, and there was a veterinarian taking the class. And I asked him, I said, where do you get that? And he said, well, I order it by the case, you know. And so I asked him, I said, well,
and it's called vet wrap?
Vet wrap. It's, this is Pet Flex.
Pet Flex.
And
you just do it around your thumb so it won't.
So the knife. See, when I'm carving, I do like this. You know, I'm always pulling the knife this way.
Right.
And that keeps from cutting your finger.
Nice.
So
I have a little leather sleeve, but it's so bulky. That looks like it'd fit much better.
They have the leather sleeves. I think they sell in the gift shop at the folk school. But when I was in Warner Robins teaching a class, at the end of the class, this guy had this, and he gave it to me.
Aww.
So, basically, right here, unless I'm doing a big one, and I never teach big stuff in the classes away from home, when I get through, and when we're fixing to leave, if any of these holes are empty, I know one of my tools are out.
Good thinking.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, I have extras in there.
Sure.
But that's the little, they're dockyard tools. That's what I use to do faces.
Oh, yeah.
And, so.
Wow.
And I have a slot for each one of them. And,
absolutely. Yeah. That's fantastic.
So.
What are you going to do with this?
What? Oh.
Looks like you got a live edge on it.
I have. This is cherry wood.
Oh, pretty.
And when Ray and I carve them little pigs, if this is wide enough, we do it out of cherry because the softwood, the little pigs are so little, the ears will break off too easy. I'm going to show you, I'll show you Nolan Diggers.
Is this the paint station down here?
Yep. It is.
Awesome.
Okay, here's some of Nolan Deaver's Leastman's. And I don't know if you might, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
Look at this little billy goat.
So tiny. Hold still 1 second.
I don't know if you could.
Yeah, just hold it in your hand.
That.
I'm getting it. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I just think that is so cute.
He's adorable.
Then here's it's a walnut little rabbit.
Oh.
This one's made out of buckeye wood.
Neat.
This is the little beaver. And
so cute.
Here's a little rabbit.
Oh.
So Nolan, and sometimes he'd break an ear off of one. Say he broke an ear off of this one. He would cut a white ear, and he could get that back on there till you couldn't hardly see. You couldn't see a seam where it was.
No kidding.
He was that good.
Wow.
And I love the little Scotty dog.
Oh, he's playing.
Yeah. And then
Cute.
this is the little rabbit.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And this
So
is
talented.
This is just a little dove. Somebody give me that, and you can put it, on your coat jacket or something. Yeah. And so that's some of Nolan's things. Yep.
You even got a little eye, sparkly eye in there.
Yeah. Over here is where I set some of my carvings now. This is this guy. I think he's in Missouri. Sid Clevenger, and I can send a camel carved out to this point, and he can put it on the machine and do 12 or 24 at a time. Well, I saw this base off, and I can do the camel in half the time with the roof out.
Really?
Same way with sheep. And what I wanted to do was get a good face stick, and there's a person or persons that does castings, and if I can get a good face stick, like 5 different steps, people will buy them.
Yeah.
To have something to look at.
Absolutely.
To learn to do faces.
Absolutely.
But over here, like I say, there's where I paint. We do the wooden spools. Carolyn does a lot of them.
Yeah, I saw some of Carolyn's.
Uh-huh. And somebody give me those, but
nice.
I've got a whole lot of spools.
Oh, wow. Look at all these.
This is
big
some
blocks.
of my rough outs.
Yeah.
This is St. Francis. This is the angel. And I saw the base off of these, so it's easier to do.
Not Moses, was it? In the background.
That's the St. Francis.
St. Francis.
I've got the face started good on it,
Nice.
but I just need to finish it. And
wow.
So Ray helped me, and we was really organized and cleaned up a lot. But
yeah, you look like everything's got its space.
Here's the Indian maiden. She's just, her face is started good, and the band, and all I have to do is smooth this up and get in between the feet.
Right.
I usually mount her on a little base so she won't
wobble
over.
Right.
Yeah. And this is just,
you've got so many started. That's amazing.
A lot of the Jesus on the cross figures there. Sid, he gives us a 10% discount if we get 24 each of the things, so that helps a lot. So, a lot of this is just pieces of wood. I think this is cherry.
And most of the time you use basswood. All these light ones are
the light ones is basswood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sometimes when Sid does them, I have to saw off a little to get that. It don't matter about that. You can sand it good.
Sure.
But I saw a little of it off. I like to get this
smooth.
Yeah. And this is, I don't think I have a finished one. I've got one started. This is what we call the chicken lady. She's got a bowl of chicken feed or something, and she's got her hand out like this, like she was going to throw it out, and we mount her on a base, and then I carve 3 little bitty chickens and put on the base.
Cute.
So
you got some behind you too.
Yep, got a lot of books. That's that Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
It's up
with
there.
his bag of toys.
Bag of toys. This is more spools. I've got over yonder on one of those drawers. I've got a drawer full, and this is practice sticks. That actually I could cut this, and we could do faces on that. But sometimes I'll cut some of these, and if they want to learn how to do an eye or something like that, you have stuff like that. And
where do you get your basswood?
I order it from, actually I order it from John Krantz out in Minnesota.
Really?
He's retired. There's another guy that I've ordered from. Right now I've got a lot. And that's just... my granddaughter one time, I don't know, she brought these, she had got these somewhere. And so we saw one of these out.
Nice.
And she made one. And it's, you know, I don't make these and sell them, but I think I saw some of them out. Somebody wanted some. And anyway, we never did finish them up. But we carved some things out of cypress knees.
Who's this kneeling?
Oh, that's one of the shepherds with the pouch on it.
From Nativity?
Yep.
That little, it looks like a setter.
That's a little dog, like, well, is it Irish setter? Or,
I would say with that pointing tail, maybe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But,
oh, that's a neat looking piece of wood. What is that?
That's a burl of some kind. You can mount stuff on it, you know, like if you had something you wanted to mount on it. That little tree thing is...
I like that.
A manzanita root. John Davis, he used to teach classes at folk school, and I had 2 of them, but I let Sheila have one. They're
good for hanging jewelry or displaying keychains or something for sale.
Ornaments or something.
Yep.
And those 2 or 3, that big piece right there in the front, that's an old fisherman.
Okay.
The white one there in front. And I just got a lot of different.
I love it. So depending on how the mood strikes you, you got plenty to come down and do.
To carve on, yep.
Wonderful.
So anyway, and this over here is just a mess. It's
well, we're not here looking at your housekeeping, love.
Well, this sometimes, you know, you'll get a little. This is a little music thing, but sometimes you can get some ideas from carving.
Sure.
I had never have carved one like that. And this years ago, I carved it. I carved all this. It's just on a piece of wood. You know, the squirrel has not been glued on, but
he's cute.
Now here is. Let's see if I can figure out. It's a little sitting pig.
Yes, it is.
Here is the little running. Whoops. Let me lay this one down. He's running. I mean, you know, trying to get to his mama. And right here, this one, this one's kind of got his foot back running.
Oh.
So anyway.
So cute.
And I don't know if I've got anything in here or not. Well, one time when Harold Inlow was here, he drew me this pattern. It's you know, she's singing, you know, and I got it this far, and I've never finished it. I got the face started and the wings started, but that's about it. And this is a little bitty. I've not done one of these in a long time. Harold Inlow's got a book out, and he does caricature carving, and it's called Mayapple. But this is my little pie girl. This one, the caricature one, is holding an apple pie.
I see.
And so I done this one time, and I didn't have her hands out, but I've got one started over there.
Look at her.
Now this is one that come from somewhere else. One time we tried doing some of these, this is that's a different one, but this is a little. I think it's a fox. I never did finish it. But anyway.
Look at these guys.
Yeah. Now I taught a class in Chattanooga one time. This guy was in the class. And we was doing Mary and Joseph and the baby. So, when the class was over, he presented me with these 2. And let me show you this. He carved.
Oh my gosh.
Here he carved. And then he carved another one with a little cat or a dog down there. I guess it looks like.
Oh, wow.
He was always cutting up, but he was a good carver. Yeah. Carol Jean Boyd, this is a cypress knee, and she used to carve these.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And these, Sheila and I one time, we took this shaker box class, and I made this.
Oh, wow.
And I made this one. I give my prettiest one to Ashley, my granddaughter. And see, the only thing you have so much stuff. But, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I wouldn't mind taking another one of them, but I've got nowhere to put them. But see, you know, it's got the handle.
Yes.
And I love this wood. I need to put a finish on it because it's got the spalding
Beautiful,
in it.
yeah.
And, you know, I had thought at one time I might carve something and put in here, but in the class we didn't really have time.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh, I can't thank you enough for showing us all of this. It's so amazing.
Larry Green, he teaches at the folk school, usually right after the fall festival, and he carved this one year, and I don't know how he done that, but he give me this. It's real simple, Mary Joseph and a baby.
Yes.
Yep. So.
Love it.
Yeah. And, you know, in here I store my wood down here under this old cabinet. This come from the folk school years ago. Yeah. They was redoing the carving room, and these old cabinets, I think maybe, well, in there. And I asked them what they'd take for them, and they said, well, they needed some painting done in the carving room, so I done it.
I did a little trade. Nice.
Yeah. And that's, you know,
these are cute little shelves for displaying.
Yeah, I take, you know, we can display the little snowmen and things like that. And this is where I store my wood, a lot of it. And Ray and I, you know, put some in here. And
amazing.
That's, you know, a cypress knee down there. I do some cypress knee Santas. But,
thank you so much for sharing your workspace with us and all of your carvings. I love it.
Yeah. And my son and grandson, Paul and Robbie, one year, kind of for Christmas, they built that back porch, and then the rest, half of it is where I've got my bandsaw.
Oh, nice,
and my other wood, and it's absolutely in a mess. I mean, I don't sweep up after I bandsaw.
Well, why would you? Yeah, it's going to just get dirty again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel very fortunate to meet you, Miss Helen, and I thank you so much for giving us the time today and showing us everything. Yeah. I'll definitely be looking into the John C. Campbell Folk School curriculum coming up, and maybe you'll see me at a face carving class.
All right. I'd love to have you.
Thank you.
Love to have you. Yep. Janet Cordell, and she teaches and lives in Arkansas.
Nice.
And this is just little stuff. And I don't know where I've acquired all these chairs, but
look how cute.
I do. Yeah. Now this one,
you even got a drop leaf table. Where do you call that? Is that right? Is that besides drop down?
It does. I carved with Tom Wolfe a jointed doll. She was jointed at the shoulders and at the elbows, and kind of down at the hands. And Jerry, when he was the director at folk school, bought it. Put it in the archives. I wish I had and I sold the one I had, so I kind of wished I'd have kept it, but it was just stuck down here in the cabinet. So anyway, but this, let's see, I'm not sure if this is what I'm looking for. I had done a little horse one time with Jack Hall. It's made out of holly. I've never finished it.
Oh my gosh.
That's the finished one. This is the second one, and this is the first. This is holly, and this is, I think that's butternut, and but that's, and here's my pattern, and I want to try to do this again, and you do need harder wood to do it, and this is small enough to where
it has to be harder. Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, that's awesome.
I took a lot of classes with Jack. He was a great carver, and he was like Janet. He wanted a new pattern. He'd just draw it, you know. And Harold Enlow, when he taught, we had him down here a time or two, and he always kept a little notepad in his pocket, and some of us asked him, you know, why that? And he said, well, a lot of times in teaching a class, he would get an idea about a carving, and he would take that out and write it down, because he would forget. So, anyway.
Well, that's a good idea to keep.
And this is Ray Mann. He's one of the old-time carvers. He carved the cow. That's the daddy, I guess. And the little braying donkey.
Cute.
And there's the laying down donkey, the little sheep, and the little, another little
Amazing.
one. And, you know, I've never put a finish on most of them. But, you know, this is, I wish I had a place to display at least one or two of each.
Of each of them, yeah.
But I don't. But I have them, and if we want to make one, you know.
You can do it in their style, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, anyway, it's just a lot of stuff here.
I love it.
Anyway, well, like I say, if I didn't have my carving, I just don't know what I'd do with myself.
Right? I can't blame you.
Yeah.
And thank you guys so much, and we'll see you at the next one.